In the quiet of the night,
Ladies
I hear a whisper in the
and
wild,
gentlemen,
a fragile
welcome
tone that
to the
pulls
guitar
me
angle.
through the fire. Every chord remembers you.
Here, every chord remembers you.
Every note becomes a name.
Every note becomes your name.
Reaching through the frequencies, but nothing sounds the same. I feel the air.
Do you feel it? Are you ready? Are you ready for electric guitar athleticism? Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to buckle up. I need you to feel what I feel. I need you to see what I see. Be ready. Ooh, baby, 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 ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin. Start the clock.
Of Sorenzo. Of Sorenzo. Inside your overflow, I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. feel the voltage rise. Neon lightning, sparks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head banging, mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Electric in my veins, supercharged, but I'm still unchained. Screw classical players, let them fade. 'Cause I set the stage on fire. Shredding through the chaos like a neon blade. Boss mode riffs in a pixel arcade. Smoke rising from the
Baby, baby, baby.
I get you
Woo! Can you feel it?
static rising.
Ladies, gentlemen! Oh! My! Ladies, gentlemen, baby, welcome to the Guitar Angle. How you doing? Are we ready? Shaolin! What's happening? Oh my, it's 3 a.m. Okay, let's talk about it. Oh, are you guys ready to get the party started? Can I say something? Woo! I mean, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Saturday, happy Sunday. I don't know where you are in the world. Shaolin is in Israel and it's 3 a.m. in the morning. We did not know that. He says, I'm ready to go to sleep. Let me wake you up! That's not, honestly, that was unfair. I appreciate, can I say something? Jokes aside, thank you so much for joining me at this time, man. I appreciate you. I did not know that it was 3 a.m. right now at that time. We are a little late today. We are about an hour late today. So no questions about it. But I keep that in mind, and I'll make sure that we push the stream a little earlier so that we can make sure you can join the stream. I was a little late today, but I will pull it earlier next Saturday. I promise. Yeah, that's on me. Good to see you, man. I hope you're well. Go and get some sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. As much as I'd love to have you, go get your sleep. Sleep is important. I don't want you to wake up tomorrow groggy and everything else. So, if you are no longer sleepy and you're ready to go, that's fine. But I get it. You gotta sleep. Plus, trust me, man. As a guy who works 70, 80 hours a week, I understand. I appreciate the value of sleep. I mean it sincerely. So, good to see you, brother. An hour late, go stand in corner for 5 minutes. Fair enough. I hear ya. Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you something? We've got one heck of a stream for you today. This stream today is insane. First, we're going to talk about one of my favorite ESP LTD models this year. We're going to talk about how awesome and metal this guitar is. We got some articles from Brian May and Pat Metheny talking weird stuff. We're going to talk about those. Cort guitars enters the traditional Strat game. Didn't see that coming, huh? Then, we're going to talk about a Gretsch limited edition guitar. Then, after that, we're going to talk about PRS SE Zack Mayer's guitar. And then lastly, we're going to finish it off by talking about a Strandberg model if we get the chance. However, in the middle of all of this, we're going to be talking about Temu guitars. Temu guitars, yeah. So, we're going to talk about Temu's business model when it comes to guitars and how can they actually keep it so cheap, right? Because the thing is, we might actually even start with that. The thing is, if you go on and say, you know what, oh, it's just made in sweatshops and it's just cheap labor and material, as true as it may be, it doesn't cover the whole thing and it's not as interesting. So I want to talk about in a little bit more detail how Temu actually keep their guitars really, really cheap. So if you guys are ready, if you are ready to go, if you're feeling athletic, let us get the party started. Zuhair! What's going on? Zuhair says, what's going on? Sorenzo got back late from work, but just ate and sat down with a Coke. We like that. We like that. We've got ours. We've got ours ready here going on. Okay? We got ours ready here. We're ready to go. We are ready to go. So, with that said, ladies and gents, without further ado, let us get the party started, shall we? Let us get the party started, you guys. I mean, what more can I say? What more can I say? All right. I thought maybe we should start with this discussion of Temu guitars. So, for those who don't know, over the past week, I've been going up and down Temu guitars and Alibaba guitars, and been researching them a little, been looking up the market a little, see what the manufacturers are doing and things of that nature. And I thought maybe we should talk about those a little first, because it really sits into some of the discussions that we're going to have today about guitar prices and things of that nature. So think of it like this. Let's just say we go to Temu right now, right? Temu website. And here we go. That's the good old Temu. And for those that don't know, Temu is like, oh, that's like the old thing I was checking out. Temu is like this really, really cheap, affordable website. It's based in China. And one of the things they've got going on in this is that the prices are aggressively cheap, even comparing with like direct sourcing websites like Alibaba. So the question becomes, like, for example, if I go electric guitar, right, you could get something like this for 180 Australian dollars. So that's 120 US dollars, right? Let me change the currency if I can. I'm going to change it to USD. I can't, can I? That'll be an easier translation. Switch to United States. Okay. Go away. Leave. So, electric guitars. You can buy a full-on Strat for $50. Like $55 a Strat. $180 for a Les Paul looking guitar. I saw some insane headless electric guitars. Look at these. And these are the ones that, like, they ship to America, but there are some, like, because I'm based in Australia right now, right? I currently live in Australia, and so we're closer to China geographically. And so there are some of the stuff that actually comes down here that doesn't go to the US. So if I change this now, check this out. Check out the models here. So go back, leave. Watch this stuff. Like, for example, this is about, like, just about less than $300 for this guitar. It's something like a really nice headless with a monkey bar. What do we have here? 2 humbuckers, 24 frets, low voltage operation combined with Jesus Christ. What are these spec names? Give me something a little better. What was the ones that I actually saw? I don't see them on the list here anymore. I checked this one out the other day, I remember. So, alright, there we go. Mahogany body and neck. 2 P90 humbuckers. Rosewood fretboard, 24.7 scale length. Glossy and bone nut. And that's the guitar. So, spec-wise, you can have, like, literally, this guitar is... It can easily compete with a whole bunch of other affordable guitars that you buy. It's actually, like, very close to a Les Paul spec. Now, obviously, the build quality is a question of its own. You have to buy it and figure out what's going on. But it's like the 15th most repurchased in the guitar section. So, like 5-star reviews of how many purchases? 12 sold, right? So, people loving this guitar. It seems to be something that people keep buying, right? And this is for like $280 for these specs. And it's like awesome. Like, it looks crazy good. So my question was, and look at all these reviews, man. Like, people are loving it. So my question was, what is it about these guitars, about Temu rather, that allows them to make specs like this? Look at that. They even got like rolled edges on the... Yeah. So how can Temu produce such cheap guitars it was the question that I was asking myself. So I did some research, and I thought you guys might be interested in knowing. So obviously, you know, you have a scenario where your material is cheaper and your labor is cheaper. Everybody know that. That is not interesting, right? But check this out. Temu does a whole bunch of other things to aggressively push the prices down that I didn't know. Number one is that they've got 2 different tiers of material, like product rather, right? The first one is the one with like a normal margin that is still really low, like a guitar like this. And the other one is products with like almost no margin. And they use those to drag people in, and they do like these spinning wheels and offers and specials and all that jazz to then hook them up with something that has a good margin for them. And then that becomes the source of profit. So that's one of the many strategies they use. When I first used this app a week ago, like the Temu app, to see what is it about and all that, immediately as soon as I opened like my phone, I was hit with this bam, this like this spinning wheel graphic that tells you, oh, you've won $1,000, but you got to buy this and this and that to unlock it. So like very aggressively they chase that. The way they keep the other margins on that other cheaper products really tight is that they would basically approach companies with really high MOQs, with really like mass producers. And they basically go on and buy the inventory that they know that company cannot sell. Like, so let's just say like you got a company that has this amount of inventory of a certain product. They've been sitting on it for 2-3 years. They want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Otherwise, they have to, you know, push them up on the books every financial year. Otherwise, you know, they have to worry about, you know, servicing the financing and all that jazz, like paying interest rates, paying the, you know, more interest on the debt if they finance that production. So they were trying to get rid of all those products, right? Temu would go and find those big companies, because those companies always sit on some inventory, right? And they buy the stuff that the company hasn't sold for 2-3 years for very cheap. Very, very cheap. And then they come and sell it. They come and like use those as the thing that lures buyers to the website. Like that's one of the big strategies, one of the big things they do, which I thought, this is insane. This is so interesting. The second thing they do is that they have a very sophisticated reverse bidding system. Reverse bidding. So they find multiple producers of the same product to come and bid against each other, bid downwards, and then they go with the cheapest one. That's like another strategy that they've got, which I thought Didn't know that. Like, I get it. Conceptually, it makes sense. But yeah, that was interesting. The third thing is that these guitars are actually direct to supply to consumer. So these guitars come from where they've been built. Temu just literally takes them from where they're built and then send them straight your way, as opposed to these guitars being sent to distributors, suppliers, retailers, and then you. And so in each of those steps, there is between 20% to 50% margin added to it, right? So some company sells it to a distributor, they add 20% to the price. It goes to a warehouse, 20%. Goes to another retailer, 20%. And then it comes to you. So it adds to the cost significantly. So you can buy a $60 guitar for $300 in the store. Temu sends it to you directly. So you can buy that $60 guitar for $80. That's like the third strategy they use. So I'm not going to go on and on. There's so many interesting strategies that Temu utilizes to sort of keep the prices down. The thing that I think really got me shocked was how aggressive that was. Like how many strategies and how aggressively they were chased. Which I thought it was interesting. It was really crazy good. Like that makes sense. So maybe for the sake of content, I might actually buy one of these guitars and just do a review of them. Let's just buy one and just, you know, just pour it all out, disassemble the whole thing, and then see what's going on there. Zoer says, you're looking so fresh. Thanks, man. Zoer says, my ma gets stuff from Shine and she's generally happy with them, but Temu, I don't have a good impression of Temu. And then, I'm sorry, why are you wasting time on Temu? Really? No, I'm not wasting time on Temu. I don't care about Temu. I'm interested in their strategies, their business strategies, to make the guitars more affordable. The point is, how much of these strategies can be utilized in normal guitars like any other guitar that is out there? Like, it's not Temu or the low price that is interesting to me. You know, I have more than enough guitars. I don't need to buy a single guitar for the rest of my life. Every guitar I need to have, I already got, right? So the Temu or the cheapness of the guitar is of no interest to me. The smarts behind it, the strategy behind it, the business acumen behind it, that's of interest to me. So the question, like, I'll give you an example, right? And I completely understand if to you it might be a waste of time if you're not interested in business. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody got their own interests, right? But I'll give you this example. PRS guitars. PRS notoriously doesn't have any they don't have any customer service. They don't directly sell to anybody. Everything they do, everything they sell is through a distributor. Goes to somebody else before it comes to you, right? They don't do direct. They got some accessories and cloths and t-shirts and strings that they may do direct on their website, but the guitars specifically, they are never direct from PRS. They're through other people. Okay. My question is, in an already expensive guitar brand like PRS, how much of that expense is actually coming from them sending that guitar to somebody else? Would an SECE guitar be a more attractive proposition to a lot of people if instead of $550 with the same quality, it was $400? Right? Because again, like, let's just go to Sweetwater together. PRS SECE, the last time I checked, was $549, right? PRS SECE. Is it still the same price? No. That one's like $500. Okay, never mind. $500, $549. See, I told you. That's the one I checked last time. But there's a new one for $500. Okay. Let's just say, all right, so that's Sweetwater exclusive, I guess. Fair enough. So let's just say this Sweetwater exclusive $500 guitar with the same PRS quality was $400. Was $380. take 20% of that margin away. So like if the retailer and the distributor take 30% margin, 40% margin on this guitar can be sold directly to you for $380 easily. So my question to you is, how much more attractive would this guitar be to a lot of people? How much more accessible this guitar would be to a lot of people if it was 30% cheaper and sent direct? So the question is, how much of these strategies can be utilized to bring the cost of guitar down in the world where we got post-COVID economy and everything else going on? Yeah. Could you summarize briefly the first thing you said about Temu keep the prices down? They've used so many strategies. So the first bit is that they've got normal products with normal margins, and they lure people with like really cheap products with almost no margin, right? So let's just say, I'll tell you, hey, you can buy this guitar wiping cloth microfiber for 1 cent. And then you immediately get interested. But then I'll tell you, hey, for you to buy this for 1 cent though, you have to buy this mug for $5, and then you'll get to unlock this offer of buying this for 1 cent. So I've lured you in with the cloth, but I tried to also sell you the mug, and my profit sits with selling the mug. That's like the first strategy. And the reason they get the cloth so cheap is because they basically go and approach a lot of companies that produce high MOQs, and they're sitting on these cloths for 2-3 years and they can't sell them. So they buy that cloth for like 30 cents a dollar. That was the first strategy that I think I said. The second one being that they have a reverse bidding system. So if everybody produces the same cloth, they put them all in a system, like 5 different companies, and say, hey, who can sell it to me cheaper? I'll buy that one. So there's a reverse bidding going on, right? And then thirdly, we talked about direct to consumer. So this guitar is whatever it's built, Temu takes it directly from there to you as the consumer. So you don't pay at least a minimum of 20% margin for the retailer and distributor. So a $60 guitar can be sold to you for $80, not for $300. Those were the 3 strategies I mentioned. There was a lot more. Like, these are just the 3 strategies. If you guys are interested in business, read about Temu and the way they do business. It's insane how aggressive they are. It's so great. It's just beautiful to read. Now, am I impressed with the quality of Temu products? I've never bought anything from Temu. I haven't heard good stuff, right? So I'm not expecting the highest of all qualities if you buy something from their website. However, their business model is interesting. It's a good thought exercise for me. I love it. Zuhair says, the reason I said wasted is because from my experience, I usually heard people not being happy with their Temu purchases. Yeah, I hear you. Like there's even memes, you know, when you buy your X from Temu. You know, yeah, I get it. Of course, it will be more appealing a 550 guitar from PRS that is 400, but it says online that the guitars are hit and miss. I'm not saying $550 PRS on Temu for 400. I'm saying what would happen if PRS directly sent their stuff to you as a thought exercise. If PRS directly sent this stuff to you, if they sold their guitars on their website, yeah, you can easily buy it 30% cheaper. Dorotio, what's happening? Dorotio says, bros, I'm with my family at my daughter's professor, the Moores School of Music Performance event. Have a great time there, man. Have a great time there, you and family. It's beautiful. That's great. That is great. We'll check in during intermission. Keep it metal. Love you, man. Have a great time with family. Ryu, how you doing, man? Is that price in Australian dollars? Yes, sir, it is. So this is about what? 280 US dollars? And about, what is that? 37,000 yens? Ryu asks, are they liquidators essentially part of their business? So part of their business, especially with the stuff with products that their margins are like razor thin, they're liquidators. Yeah. That's part of the business. So the stuff that they get to lure you in, a lot of it, yeah, that's what they are. They're liquidators for companies that already sell the stuff really cheap because the material is really cheap and the labor is really cheap. And sometimes shady from what I read, yeah. Sup all music makers. Sup brother, how you doing? This is where it says, I think I get something now. So usually the brands, companies that sell their products on other retailers or store, is that why the price could be higher? Yeah, right? It is, right? So let's just say you produce guitars. You're Paul Reed Smith, right? And you make this guitar for, it costs you to make it for, it costs you $300 to make it, let's just say, right? You want some profit on it. Let's just say you add $100 as your margin. So you sell this guitar for $400 for you. Now, I am the person that is responsible to pick this guitar up from you and take it either directly to the consumer, or I'm just a logistics guy. I'm going to take this to the retailer, to the moms and pop store, or to a big retailer, or a big distributor rather, okay? I want my margin. So I'm not going to take this guitar for free. You sell this to me for $400. I'm going to take it to the next person in line for $450. Let's just say I'm the truck guy, just a truck guy, keep it simple. I'm going to take this guitar as a truck guy for $50. It's a bit expensive, but for $50 to your distributor that takes it around the world, right? Now that distributor is going to sell these guitars for $550 because they need their margins. They move things around. They got warehousing, whatever not. They take it to the moms and pop store and sell it for $550. And the moms and pop stores got to add their thing on. So they sell this guitar to the consumer for $600. A guitar that you sold as PRS for $400 is now being sold at $600 at the very end of the line. This is just like, and by the way, I'm just doing simple math here, right? These percentages are not 100% accurate. But the margins, like the margins in each of the steps sometimes goes between 20%, even up to 50%, depending on the guitar. So, again, going back to the point I said earlier on, how many of these Temu strategies can be utilized to make all the normal every other everyday guitar that we buy from Sweetwater or moms and pop stores or wherever to make them a little cheaper in the current economy? That's interesting to me. Yeah, because now you're not compromising on quality, you're not compromising on brand, you're not compromising on anything else. You're literally just figuring out to do the same things better, is what I'm saying. So where it says, so I bought my PRS SE Custom 24 for $750 from Guitar Center. If I got it from PRS website, it would be cheaper. PRS don't sell it on their website. But if that was the primary method of selling, it would have been cheaper, yeah. Right? Now, there are scenarios, by the way, you can't do it. There are other obstacles there too, right? So for example, if you're Fender or Gibson, you do direct to consumer, and you also sell your stuff through Sweetwater, Guitar Center, and every other retail, right? You can't sell the guitars on your website cheaper than what they do. Otherwise, you're screwing them over, and they're not going to work with you anymore. Right? So you got other things like that going on too. It's not as easy. Had PRS exclusively sold their guitars on their website, so there was no other consideration, yeah, you'd be able to buy that $750 guitar for $550 or $600. Do you know what I mean? But in case of, for example, Fender and Gibson, because they've got a whole bunch of other retailers going on, they've got other retailers that they sell their guitars, right? Like, for example, let's just find one. Here we go. That's your Squier, right? Sweetwater is selling Squire's 50s Telecaster for $450. If Fender goes on and sell this for $300, they're screwing Sweetwater, right? Because then nobody would buy it from Sweetwater, and then Sweetwater has to sell it for a loss. Right, so they can't do it. Despite the fact that Fender also goes direct to consumer, so Fender will raise the price that they directly sell it to, sometimes even make it more expensive than people that are actually selling it. Like, for example, Sweetwater at times would put some specials on to match the Fender price or vice versa. Things of that nature. Yep. Zuhair says obvious now, but just something I didn't think about. No, that's fair enough. Didn't call you stupid or anything. But yeah, that's like the thing for me. That was the thing that got me down this rabbit hole of Temu. And I downloaded the app last week to see what is going on. What's up with this whole thing? All right, enough about Temu. Enough about Temu. But do you guys find it interesting, like the whole business thing behind it? the whole business spizzle behind it? I don't know if spizzle is the right word for it. Can I also say something? There was another important thing. So another very important factor for every guitar that gets exported to another country. So Chinese guitars come into the United States. Chinese guitars going everywhere other than China. American guitars going to every country other than America, right? So export guitars, right? There is a de minimis tax law in every country, right? Which basically says that if the value of the thing you import is less than a certain amount, you don't pay tax on it. In Australia is 1,000 Aussie dollars. In America is, I think, 800 US dollars, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check this one, guys, right? But there is a threshold, there's a limit. So now, if you produce something really cheap like this, like 370 Aussie dollars, so what, 280 US dollars? If you pay create something really cheap like this, you don't pay that extra tax on it. So you might have to still pay some custom fees and a bunch of levies and things of that nature. But that extra tax that you have to pay on the value of your guitar, you no longer pay it. That's another advantage that companies like Temu have. Because everything they've got is so cheap, so each of these little things are less than $1,000 or $800 or whatever. So you don't have to pay extra fees on them when you you know what I mean? When you ship them around across the different parts of the world. Yeah. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. Another one is that Temu doesn't have advertisement costs so much. Like their name, their website, everybody knows the cheap stuff is there. So if you want cheap anything, go to that website. They don't have to advertise the specific guitars. They don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about branding. Nothing. Yeah, it's just such an interesting. You guys, if you're interested in business, read this stuff out. The way Temu does it. They've got 30 different strategies to aggressively push the prices down in every way possible. It's beautiful to read. It's just a beauty. Yeah. Ryu says, how are Trump tariffs affecting? I don't know. I don't know. I understand that. Okay. Not trying to make this a political stream, because we're not. We're all about guitars. So even if we're talking about, politics, it's in service of guitars, right? So just let me put that out there. Don't go on because when I usually say that something like this, there's a comment coming in of somebody that is pro-Trump or anti-Trump, and then it becomes crazy. So purely looking at it from a guitar's point of view, I don't know the answer to that. What I've noticed is that the Trump tariffs seem to be more stable towards Indonesia. It's just 1% and is left there, as opposed to China. Because with Chinese, it seems like there's this fluctuation on how much Trump actually wants to tariff them. Like, the latest example was, as you guys know, there's this revolution going on in Iran, in the Middle East, and there is like a lot of people being shot and killed, and horrible stuff going on, horrible, really bad stuff. And then so to pressure that government of Iran, what Trump did was like, hold on, anybody that does any dealing with Iran will get a 20% tariff on every product they send to the United States. So basically, it's trying to punish anybody that does business with the government of Iran. And one of the biggest countries that does business with Iran is China. So that means now China is going to get a new 20% tariff. Now, I don't know whether that came to action or whether that was just like a Twitter, like an X Truth Social thing. But from what I noticed is that there was just like a little bit of an up and down going on in how much the Chinese are actually going to get taxed on their imports. So I don't know the answer to that. So, yeah. So again, all of it was in service of figuring out the impact of tariffs on guitars. Anybody that does political stuff, I'll kick your booty out of the chat, okay? I'll just put it out there. Do not make this political show. It's not. All right. Ryu says, do you feel better keeping American luthiers working by buying domestically made? I like American made guitars. I think that's where the electric guitar is from. I think that's where the electric guitar culture is the strongest. And because of that, I still believe that the American luthiers overall are more skilled than other luthiers and are more familiar with what the guitar players want and what the culture wants. And the culture part is also important because music culture is in America, like it or not, right? Like Hollywood, movie culture, music culture is in the United States. And so luthiers in those countries are just a lot closer to it. So that's that. That's, I think, in part. The other part, to be completely honest with you guys, is just me. It's just me. I like America. I love America as a country. Like, you know, just what this country stands for. Entrepreneurship, individual liberties. It's just, you know, I mean, Bill of Rights, my goodness. Everybody goes like Bill of Rights, First, Second Amendment, you know, Fifth Amendment, yada, yada. My Lord, isn't it crazy? Like, it's such a unique thing. So I like America as a country. And so that's maybe another thing that makes American guitars appealing for me. But this is very, for me, like, this is emotional in a lot of ways for me. Like, I have biases. Another one is Japan, right? I was born in Tokyo, Japan. So, like, I love Japanese guitars for it. And there's absolutely no logical reason behind it. So, Ryu, only take the first 10 seconds of my response as statements of facts as I see them. The rest of it is just me emotionally talking to you. I'll be honest. Zuhair says, boy, oh boy, it was so important to mention that you're talking of Mr. T from a guitar perspective. Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah. This is a guitar show, y'all. I'm not, you know, yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, it's insane. Ryu says, are any guitars made in Iran? I don't know. I would assume so. I would assume that they're guitar builders, you know. But the thing is, and I could be wrong here, in a lot of these countries that are like very strict religiously, like in Saudi Arabia, up until a few years ago, women couldn't drive. I remember like a few years ago, I read this news thing that, oh, women in Saudi Arabia can now drive. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that means they couldn't drive before that. And I'm like, well, that's a little strict, you know? And so in countries in that part of the world that they're so religiously strict, I don't know whether that's allowed or not. So I don't know. I would think there are, but not many, but that's my thing. Dorotio says, cool paint job, gold satin. Yeah, gold satin on a $280 Temu guitar. It's like, it's not a bad, honestly, like on paper, the specs are not bad and the reviews are as good as it gets. Like, people like this guitar. I don't know. So I'm being actually tempted to buy this and just like do a review on it. Yeah. Ryu says, I was born in Kyoto. Hey! Nice, okay. My brother was born in Kyoto. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Okay. Kyoto de umareta ka. Naruhodo. Zuhair asks, Sorenzo, have you heard of Trump guitars? Yeah. We actually did a video of it. Hold on. We actually did a video on Trump guitars. We did 2 videos. So the first one was the actual guitar, like we went through the specs of the guitar. And then the second one was the lawsuit that Gibson actually filed against. Out of all people, Gibson, I think it was Gibson that they did a lawsuit for the shape of the headstock. I'll see if I can find it for you guys. I think I did 2 videos. I can't find it. I'll find it. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, we did 2 videos on Trump guitars. There we go. Found it. So that's the first one. It was a year ago. So that's the first one, to Trump guitar. And all these guitars that I used to have and I sold. Look at those in the background. Yeah. So this one was the Trump guitar that it came out, and then Gibson sued them after. And I made another video. I was like, Gibson, just sue everybody. They don't care. It can be like PRS, it can be Dean Guitars, it can be the President of the United States. Gibson does not care. When it comes to lawsuits, Gibson is good to go. Like, they're so trigger heavy with their lawsuits. I swear to God, if Gibson like paid that as like if Gibson liked quality control as much as they like suing people, these guitars would be out of this world. The guitars would have been perfect. Like, oh God, sorry, it just made me laugh so hard. Because I remember I was talking to a friend of mine and we were drawing like PRS comparisons, and I'm like, Gibson in the legal world is like PRS in the guitar world. they care so much. They're so meticulous about the details. Like, not a single thing goes off their radar when it comes to suing another company. So yeah. And I like him. I like Gibsons. I don't have anything against them. It's just this whole lawsuit thingy that they do all the time is weird to me. Ay, ay, ay. Left so hard. Zuer says, nice Japanese. So unique. Thank you. Seems very similar to Leo James, the Trump Les Paul. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a Les Paul, right? Yeah. Wow, Gibson. Yeah, Gibson doesn't care. Gibson sues everybody, y'all. Like, they may be watching this and sue me. I mean, like, this whole thing is... Gibson does not care. Yeah. I don't know how much it has to do with Cesar Guekian, the CEO, being from Armenia. Like, rough part of the world. Very close to Iran. Rough part of the world. The guy doesn't care. He's been through it. Like, you can't scare the guy. Ryu says, Harley Davidson sued Kawasaki for exhaust noise being too Harley-like. Exhaust? Really? How can you... Okay, so let me ask this. I don't know anything about motorbikes, obviously, if you haven't figured it out, but is there things you can do with the exhaust to change the sound of it? I would assume yes. So, was the lawsuit on the basis of the sound quality, the decibels, the EQ? I don't think so. Or was it more like on the structure of the exhaust? I'm going to type it down in my reminder note. Harley versus Kawasaki lawsuit exhaust. Okay. I'll read about it. I'll be keen to. Yeah. All right, fair enough. All right. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket and talk about a guitar, like an actual guitar? What do you guys think? let's do it. I think it's about time. So, check this out. Ryu says Harley's sound is potato potato. Potato potato. I don't know what that is. See, like, I know nothing about motorbikes, like absolutely nothing. So, yeah. I'll try to read about it a little more. Okie dokes. Let us talk about our next item on the docket. All right, I saw this guitar and I was like, I really like this. Just the look of the guitar and the simplicity of it. I thought this was amazing. If you guys are not familiar, so this is not a NOM release. They actually released it very late in 2025. But this is the M1001 in charcoal satin. And I just love the simplicity of this. This is so good. It's a deluxe LTD, so it's in the higher end of LTD, and it's a really metal guitar. They really that's what they went with. Now check this out. You obviously got your Floyd Rose going on here. That's your Floyd. You got a really nice sort of like gold hardware there. This is just, I don't know whether it's an edit or some like reflection of the lights that they used to take the photo. The inlays are nice and simple. I really dig those. And you got this going on. Look at that. At the back, the only downside here is that it has too much of a heel, I think, on the bolt-on neck. There we go. Otherwise, a really nice and simple guitar. Is it made in Japan? Good question. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It will be an E2 otherwise. Let's find out. Was it on the back of the headstock? I wonder. Let me take a screenshot and I can zoom it in actually. Hold on. I don't think so. I doubt. I'll be surprised. For a guitar like this, it will be an E2. Does it say? No, it doesn't say on the headstock. Do you guys want to ask the AI? In all likelihood, let's see. Where is ESP LTD 100 Deluxe made? South Korea. It's a Korean guitar. Part of the higher end of the LTD 1000 series. They're assembled in Korea. Yeah. There we go. That answered it. Zora asks, have you worked today? You look well rested. Do I? No, man. I'm actually really sleep deprived. I'll be honest with you. Zora says the holy whammy. So reflective and shiny. Yeah, like it's just like gold hardware. We put it under light and it looks beautiful. I like it too. At the first glance, didn't like the matte body, but now seems cool. Yeah, look, the matte, I just like things matte because it's not sticky when you play. That's the only reason why. Okay, so what do we have on the specs? It's a bolt-on neck, obviously. 25.5-inch scale length. Alder body. 3-piece maple neck. Macassar ebony fingerboard. Now, it has, if I'm not mistaken, this is 12 to 16 compound radius. Let's check. Millimeter to inches. So almost 12 to almost, yeah. So 11-ish to 15-ish. So almost 12 to 16. Very, very similar to 12 to 16. I was right. 43 mil nut width. Vadim would have loved it. Locking nut type. Extra thin U neck. Yep. Not a surprise there at all. 24 extra jumbo stainless steel. Frets. Grover tuners. Floyd Rose 1000. I mean, not a surprise there for an LTD. Now, it comes with Fishman Fluence modern ceramic humbuckers. That is direct mount. Active push and pull volume for different voicings, and it comes with its fit case, but the case is not included in there. Shall we listen to this guitar together? Let's listen to this guitar together. Let us listen to this together. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying my best to avoid the sound of this suddenly, like, kicking your ears loudly. Hold on. Okay, I think we're in a good spot. Here we go. You guys let me know if you can. I really liked it. I don't know about you guys. That was really good. Okay. I see you. Why is this coming as 2024, by the way? Was this actually older? Why was that on that article that they came out in late 2025 then? I think we were wrong, guys. I think I have to do a note of correction there. This is what? All right. Strike what I said earlier about this being released in late 2025. I probably was wrong there in all likelihood. I'll look it up again and I'll do a correction note. My apologies for that. I didn't mean to mislead you guys on this.
Hi everyone, Blue Wilding here from ESP Guitars, coming to you from the ESP headquarters in Los Angeles, California. I'm here to talk to you today about the brand new 2024 line of LTD guitars and basses.
Wow, okay.
For 2024, we're proud to introduce to our new M series the M1001 charcoal metallic satin. Bolt-on construction, 25.5-inch scale, alder body, 3-piece maple neck with an extra thin U shape, 24 extra jumbo stainless steel frets for effortless bending and durability, Floyd Rose 1000, and a Fishman Fluence modern ceramic bridge with a push-pull on the volume to access the other voice. For more information on this guitar and all the other guitars in the 2024.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's bizarre. Why the hell would an article then say call it that? Anyways, sorry guys. That was like a thing on my end. I'll do better next time. I should not have told you it's like 2025 if it wasn't. So that's on me. What's the price? Let's check it out. Give me a second. Oops. ESP LTD 1000. Oh no, it's M something, wasn't it? It's M11. Sorry, M1101. $1,400. Yeah. So, what do you guys think for 14? It's a little pricey, no? I mean, the specs are really good, but just a little pricey for that. Maybe it's just me. In real life, the guitar looks amazing. Yeah, I would like this for my birthday gift, Sorenzo. There you go. Right? He says you're tired. We forgive you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Now, one thing, it just occurred to me, one thing I can do next time when I'm researching these guitars is to actually go through the whole videos that the manufacturers post. Here's why I didn't do it so far, or I don't usually do it. It's not because of laziness or not caring. It's because when I watch those videos for the first time, you guys get to see me react to them in real time. And is a lot more organic and it's a lot more fun. Because we all watching it now for the first time, so we got that in common. And that's the reason why. Looking at that video just now that it says, oh, it's 2024, it occurred to me that some of this stuff, like, is already directly told to you by, like, the manufacturer. You don't have to go through another party to figure it out. So that's the thing, yeah. It's your mother from Twitch says, what's up, dude? What's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're well. Happy Saturday. Or Sunday. Zuer says agreed, a bit pricey. Yeah. Ryu says it should be $750. $1,400 if it's in Japan. I agree with you. This price tag would have made sense if it wasn't made in Japan guitar. 100%. Ryu says I'm biased. Yeah, me too. Me too. And I'm honest about it. Just like you. Yeah. So, there we go. I thought this was an interesting guitar to look at, regardless of which year it's out. I mean, for the love of God, our industry still adores guitars from 1957, okay? So I don't think 2024 is that bad, but I thought this is an interesting guitar, overall. Is it a one-trick pony? Yes. It is made for one specific purpose, that is playing metal music on it. But is it good at it? I think so. I think that's a pretty good guitar. So there you go. That was our first item on our docket, which we thought we're going to talk about. Zuhair says, the gray light black body really goes with the fretboard. What do you mean by that? Like the stainless steel frets, you mean? Let me go back to it. Same color? I don't think so, dude. Okay, so I think you're talking about the fretboard. You're talking about the ebony fretboard. You're saying, if I'm not mistaken, that the color of the body is a nice match with the ebony fretboard. Similar. Got you. Yep. You're right on that. In that sense, you're absolutely right. Yes. Yeah. No, I hear you. But yeah, this is the thing. Like, I wonder, right? Because given all the tariff stuff that I think Ryu brought up earlier, like, I wonder how much of these stuff will go to Korea. Like, that'll be interesting. Yeah, gold electronic fits and standouts. Yeah, look, whenever you got like a dark color body like this, light color hardware really stands out well because it creates a really good contrast. You know what I mean? You wouldn't get like the, you know what I mean? Because of that contrast, it doesn't, like if the body was yellow or orange or red, you wouldn't have these gold hardware standing out as much. Yeah. Also, you have to understand the matte and gloss, right? So, for example, if your hardware is gold and shiny, with the keyword being shiny, and you have a matte body, again, you're creating more contrast. So there are things like that that you can do with the aesthetics of your guitar. Yeah. That's a nice song, by the way, no? I recently added it to our playlist. I like it. Anyways, yeah, I thought I'd have a chat about that a little bit together, so that would be fun. Now, can I tell you guys something? I saw this article, and I thought that was really weird. And I was keen to hear your thoughts about it. So you guys know Pat Metheny? Pat Metheny is this insane, superb jazz player. If you are not educated on Pat Metheny, I highly recommend you guys check his work out, especially if you like jazz. It's just insane good. The guy is just out of this world. One of the best out there ever. So Pat Metheny said he doesn't believe that there is much difference between rock, pop, and jazz. And I'm like, I'm sorry? He's like, it all seemed more about the dress code than the music. I don't get that, man. I've never gotten that. So there is a certain preoccupation with the idea of genres. We all love to signify our adherence to rock music, jazz, pop, EDM, or whatever else. But should we care as much as we do? Is the question. And so Pat Metheny says, look, it's always been kind of mysterious to me. What is rock? What is pop? What is jazz? If I think of the spectrum of all the sounds that human beings could possibly make, it is interesting to me how it's tightly clustered around a very tiny part of that spectrum that has to do with somebody playing the root on one, somebody smacking the crap out of two, right? And I don't get it. I've never gotten that. Let's be honest, genres aren't going anywhere. Humans are tribal. I can say that again. It's in our nature to seek out and form groups with those with similar interests to us. Not to mention it's hella fun, but the genres don't exist as much is basically the gist of what he said. What do you guys think of this? Because when I hear something, to me, it clear that distinction to me is actually really clear. I never like, and the only reason I'm interested in talking about this, because if it was anybody else other than like somebody with the, stature of Pat Metheny, I'd be like, you know what, whatever, somebody's just talking smack. But this is Pat Metheny. Like the guy, the man is a master of his craft. One of the best one to ever walk on the planet Earth. So I took a second and I paused there to sort of have a think about, what do you guys think? Like, because I just see that distinction so clearly. Like, for me, it's never been well clear. Like, it's so clear to us that we even subcategorize genres. Like, we don't have just metal. We have gent, thrash metal, heavy metal, doom metal. And now some of these sub-metal genres are a little harder to figure out which is which. But there are some that are very clearly one. Like gent is gent. Doom metal is doom metal. Symphonic metal is symphonic metal. So I don't know. Zuhair says, thinking is an open world. I'm not going to think, but I'm going to keep my mind open to the possibility of what he's saying. Yeah. It's Pat Metheny. So, like, when he says something, I'm going to pay attention. But, yeah. Zuhair says, we often ruin things by trying to think and make sense of it when we just should let it be. Sometimes, I agree with you. Sometimes, not everything, it's not possible to make sense of everything. Human behavior being one. Not always you can make sense of it at all. So, you're right. I think you're onto something there. Yeah. But I thought that was it. That was like interesting. Yeah. Human behavior doesn't make sense so much of the time. Like, it just doesn't, you know. We just do things and nobody knows why. Can I tell you guys a funny story? So about, I don't know, until about a couple of years ago, I did jujitsu religiously. I was training jujitsu for about 1.5 years, 2 years, for like 5 days a week, religiously. During injuries and whatever not, I became really obsessed for about a couple of years. And I had to stop because of guitar, because I was just getting injuries left and right, and I wasn't able to even hold the guitar and all that. Because with jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of use of your hand and wrist and your forearm, for those who haven't done it. It's a grappling sport, contact sport. And one day I was, sitting on the mats and we were warming up before the instructor, came in. We were sort of stretching and warming up and all that and chatting with friends. And with jiu-jitsu, the environment, at least the gym that I was in, it was like a bunch of cool guys. We were just dudes being dudes, talking smack, doing dude stuff, like a bunch of guys, gathering around doing things. And we were talking about jiu-jitsu gi, the kimono that you put on in jiu-jitsu. We were talking about the color of those. And some people were saying, the only allowed color should be white, blue, or black for a white belt, and those were the traditional colors of jiu-jitsu kimonos, the gi. And I was like, well, why would you guys care if somebody comes in with like a red or a pink? I remember now. The discussion started because one guy the week before joined a training session wearing a pink gi. I remember now. One guy came in with a pink kimono, and we could not believe what we saw. I remember that was the conversation starter. And the guys were like, pink shouldn't be allowed at the gym. Some of them were like, pink shouldn't be allowed. Some people like me were like, why would you care, dude? Let people like wear whatever he wants. He bought it with his own money, fair and square, And one of the guys, who is actually a good friend of mine, he's a professional power lifter. Who just like kicked our butts on the mat every time. Like, he's this big, ginormous dude. And he was like, what should happen to people that wear pink or like any other color? Like what? Like, people should just have a go at him on the training session. Just give him a hard time so he learns his lesson. You know what I mean? And a bunch of other guys are like, yeah, that's what you gotta do. And I started to laugh. I'm like, why is it like you bunch of apes just want to have a go at somebody because the color of the fabric he's wearing is different to what you like, or different to what you think it should be? Push comes to shove, in a lot of scenarios, we are a bunch of apes. And I was just laughing. It's just like such a meaningless thing. Like, you know what I mean? Because the guy comes in and like he's wearing a different color, and now a legit number of people at the gym want to give him a hard time during the training, not to injure him, but just to just like really give it to him straight. Black belts were agreeing to it. We had 2 black belts sitting on the mat that day, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna give it to him hard. You know what I mean? This is like, why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense at all. So yeah, when you say that human behavior doesn't make any sense, like, we are a bunch of apes in so many scenarios, man. So many scenarios. What can I say? By the way, we talked about hold on. Zuhair says, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's just like everyone going there for jiu-jitsu, that's it. Yeah. Like, like would I personally wear a pink kimono to train? No. No, I'd probably rather die. But again, just that reaction doesn't make any sense. It's just a color on a fabric. You know what I mean? You don't want to enter a grappling. you don't want to enter a grappling gym with a bunch of like killers as the guy wearing something pink. You just don't want that. Listen, I understand that there's everyone's now a lot more open-minded than before in terms of who can wear what and should wear what and whatever not. I get that. What you have to understand is that if you go to a jiu-jitsu gym, especially if it's a gym that trains competitors, you're going to get a bunch of killers. You're going to get a bunch of killers on the mat. I kid you guys not, we had a guy who was a veteran, an ex-veteran in the Australian Army. He was a black belt in judo, and he was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was half of my weight. I'm kidding you guys not when I tell you, this man grabbed me and threw me around in the air on the ground like a dog toy. Like I wasn't even there. And he was the nicest guy. He was the sweetest guy ever. So he wasn't doing it out of cruelty. But when you're trained, it's a contact sport. It's a martial art, right? So there is going to be some pain. You're gonna get your butt kicked, right? At some point. This man threw me around like weeks and weeks on end. Every time we were on the mat. He was a killer. There was like a bunch of him, and there was another guy who was also black belt. When they were like actually like heating up and going at each other during training, they would grab each other's lapels, like the kimono lapel. Like kimono, guys, it has a really thick cut-in thing. It's difficult to, you can't even use a scissor and cut it easily. Those guys would grab each other's lapels and just rip things open. That's how strong they were. And that's how knowledgeable they were with the technique. Bunch of killers. And so you go to that gym wearing pink, it's not good. It's really not a good idea. So Dorothea says, well, we came, okay, so those of you who know jiu-jitsu, I used to train at Absolute MMA Melbourne. Absolute MMA is the gym that Lachlan Giles, Craig Jones's coach, the person that gave Craig Jones his black belt, he is the head coach there. A lot of my classes, I took lessons from Lachlan Giles. So it was a real deal competition. It's like Craig Jones trains Walk in jiu-jitsu now. Lachlan Giles had ADCC silver. I could be wrong. I don't know about his ADCC records. But that's the kind of gym I went. The point is that if you go to that and you wear pink, you're screwed. Okay, so the laws change a little is what I was trying to say. Dorothea says intermission time. Yeah. Ryu says he was from the Sakura dojo, maybe? Yeah, probably. There was no Sakura on it. Like, it was just pink. Zuhair says something related. Many years ago, I was outside my college building fixing my hair, looking at the glass windows. It was empty, and a girl came to me and passed me by and intentionally bumped me on the shoulder just because. I guess she didn't like I'm happy by myself and smiling for no reason. Fair enough. Ryu says, if you're a badass, color doesn't matter. Oh, you're 100% right. But if you're not a badass, it does. If you're a badass, the color doesn't matter. You're right. Like, if one of those, like, ex-military guys with, like, black belts, if they were pink, nobody would care. You wouldn't hear anybody saying beep about the color and having a go at him. Nobody would dare having a go at him. It's that. Dorothea says death before dishonor. That was the vibe. For us white belts at the time, that was the vibe. Zuhair says, yeah, with my story, my point was, you said her reaction didn't make sense. She didn't have to care and bump me. Yeah, again, a lot of things we do doesn't make any sense. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Some things do, some things absolutely don't. All right. Let's jump to the next item on the docket. I really wanted to share this with you guys. So, talking about really like affordable-ish guitars, I thought I really want to show you guys this. It looks really good. It looks super good. Like the specs, the guitar. I'm not a fan of hollow body guitars, but check this out. Isn't this nice? So this has just below 6,000 US dollars ish. So around 6,000 US dollars, 5,800, 5,900 ish. But boy, this looks so good. I saw it. I fell in love with it when I saw it. And I'm not a fan of hollow body guitars, right? This is the Japanese-made new Falcon center block LTD double cut. Gretsch. So if you like Gretsch, you're in for a treat here. Check this guitar out. Look at that. Like, here's the thing with these guitars. It just feels like there's so much going on in it. From the pickups to the F-holes to all the knobs. And the Bigsby. Bigsby's always big. Like, there's just so much going on the body of the guitar. You know what I mean? Zuhair said it best. This guitar is such a work of art. It is. Like, it's one of those guitars that you can hang on a wall as an art piece. Yeah. Dorotio says, Stray Cats band guitar style. Yeah. Super old school, Dorotio said. You're right. Here's the thing, right? With hollow body guitars, the sound that you get are not as tight, right? So they're a lot more, I don't know, mid-heavy, I suppose. So there's a lot of there's a lot of volume in mid to low frequencies in the output of these guitars, just because they're hollow bodied, right? So they're closer to acoustic stuff, right? However, I know like Marilyn Manson's guitars, like in the 2003 album Golden Age of Grotesque, like these guitars were used live. Like I know, what's his face? Tim Skold, for example, uses these guitars live for playing metal, which is like weird to me. He used hollow body guitars and basses, which doesn't make any sense. Like, it's interesting, but yeah. The tonal quality of a hollow body guitar is always a little bit less tight than your solid body electric guitars. There you go. That's the back of your guitar. That's your made in Japan. For myself and the rest of the crowd who are biased that way, we like it. We like our biases. There we go. So, Professional Collection. Limited edition Falcon is with... So it says it has a refined body design with deeper cutaways for improved access to upper frets. I mean, I don't know how this is different to other Gretsches I've seen. Let me see if I can show you a better photo. I don't think so. It's just this one. So I don't understand how this heel is so different to other Gretsches that you see in the Falcon range or the Penguins. But I could be wrong here. Redesigned channel core center block features combination of maple and spruce for faster attack and enhanced mid-range punch. Standard U-shaped maple neck with 24.6 scale length. So it's even shorter in scale length than your Gibson guitar. Like 24.75 is on the Gibson side, right? We're going for a shorter scale length here. 12-inch radius ebony fingerboard with rolled edges, 22 medium jumbo frets, pearloid neoclassic thumbnail inlays and lumen lace side dots. This is what they're talking about, guys. This is very Gretsch. These thumbnail inlays. That's very, very Gretsch. And you can find like similar inlays in like their really affordable guitars. Like if you look at their $600 guitars, $500 guitars. you see them there too. Which is nice and simple. I like it. I like the simplicity of it. Okie dokie. Now, TV Jones, TV Classic, and TV Classic Plus pickups. These are the two. Old school. Really, really old school. 3-position pickup toggle switch. Individual volume control for neck and bridge pickup. Master volume control with triple bleed circuit. And then master no-load tone control with squeeze box capacitor. So that's your master volume. Interesting. A string through Bigsby vibrato tailpiece, adjustomatic. I mean, adjustomatic, tunomatic, right? Adjustomatic bridge, Graphtec XL nuts, Gotha locking tuners, Grover strap locks, gold hardware, and you have the Gretsch Deluxe hard shell case. And it comes in 2 colors. So this is the Midnight Sapphire, and this is your vintage white. Yeah, I thought this looked great. And this is not like my alley at all, but I thought this looks beautiful. Zuhair says, couldn't you do a stream on Wednesday instead of Thursday? Let me see if I can accommodate it, dude. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are really busy days for me. Let me see if I can accommodate it. So the Thursday stream, right, when I get online, I come from 2 work engagements on a Thursday. So I'll tell you exactly what I do on Thursdays. On Thursday, I have a day job that I have to do. And then I join another business. So there's another operation that I'm involved in that I go immediately after my day job. I come home late at night and then I stream on the Thursday. So the Thursday stream that you guys see is actually Friday 2 a.m. for me. So, and a lot of those Thursday streams, I actually go to bed on Friday at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have to wake up at 7 for the day job next. So when I tell you like my Tuesday and Wednesdays are busy, they really are. But I'll again, if you think I'm like exaggerating, I encourage everybody to go to my YouTube channel, go to live, go to any episode. So this is episode 52. Go to episode 51, 49. Find the dates that I did the stream. Find that Thursday date, and then convert it to Australia time with AI. And you realize I'm telling you the truth. So there are times on those Thursday streams that I go to bed at 4 a.m. on a Friday morning. After being engaged in 2 separate work engagements on that day, 4 hours of sleep, wake up, let's get going. So I'll try. So like, don't think that I'm ignoring. And you and I had this chat about doing streams on Tuesdays before. Don't think that I'm ignoring it. I'll do my best to accommodate it if I can. Yeah. Honestly, if I could, I'd stream every day. There's so much to talk about, not just guitars, like guitar techniques and playing and music. There's so much you can talk about. So many things to do, so little time. Yeah. But nevertheless, ladies and gents, this is the Falcon. And we like it. We like it a lot. There we go. Zuhair says, gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. All right. Now, before we jump to the next item on the docket, because there's another guitar I wanted to talk to you guys about. There was this article I saw and I thought that was interesting. So for those who don't know, at this NAMM show, Gibson came in with their first ever, my apologies, did I say Gibson? Fender came in with the first ever 7-string Strat. And Gibson also started to do some little extended range guitars that are not like production models. They're like once-off kind of things. But I thought it would be interesting to have a look at this article together. So check this out. Because the thing is, getting like smaller manufacturers to do 7-string guitars, it's not a big deal. right? Getting custom shop guitars like Kiesel guitars to do 7 strings, it's not a big deal. PRS maybe a little. Fender, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Because Fender and Gibson are basically companies that they just swim in the old school successes. Like, it's a rinse and repeat of the old 50s success, which is like a big chunk of Fender's and almost all of Gibson's business model, right? So, check this out. So, the thing was, the article title was, "Is Gibson about to start making 7-string and baritones?" And Nam Tees all but confirms it. So, it says extended range guitars are in vogue now. Guys, this statement is a little problematic. I'll come back to it in a second. And Gibson looks poised to give its Victory model a makeover. So, Gibson seemingly confirmed that it's returning to the low-tuned worlds of 7-string and baritone guitars with a Super Strat-esque Victory model set for a makeover. Extended range guitars are more popular than ever, with many budget offerings broadening the market and also making it more competitive. Heck, even Ed Sheeran launched the baritone PRS at NAMM. But as far as Gibson is concerned, it's not a market that it has properly entered in quite some time, and I don't think they will for that much. Now, for Fender, the first ever 7-string Strat did rear its extra long headstock in late 2024 as a custom shop model for Chris Garza of Suicide Silence. As for Gibson, there have been occasional limited edition 7-string runs over the years, including a 7-string Explorer. 200 of them were made. Here's what I want to talk about a little. So, first of all, when it says extended range guitars are in vogue right now, is an inaccurate is an incomplete statement. Here's why. Not all extended range guitars are in vogue right now. What do I mean by that? Okay. There was an interview with Ola Strandberg, the owner of the Strandberg headless guitar, right? The master luthier, the owner. In that interview, very recent interview, came out last week, right? He said very clearly that the demand for the 8-string guitars is going down, and the people that wanted 8 strings are more gravitating towards 7 strings and baritone guitars. So less 8-string, less 9-string lovers, more like people that bought 9-string and 8 strings before are gravitating more towards 7-string and 6 strings. We can talk about the reasons why. One of them being that if you are like a bedroom guitar player, like an everyday person, you got a day job, got a family, you play guitar. There's not many songs in the 8-string or 9-string realm that you can actually pick up and play. And if there are, some of them are extremely technical. So it makes perfect sense that you might be curious and you bought something, but now you gravitate back to 7 and 8 strings. There's not many songs to play, for example. And usually the average everyday people that pick up the guitar are the main buyers of guitars anyways, not the artist that, you know, the artist needs like 10 guitars of the same kind max. That's where it lands, you know what I mean? So that's the first thing. So it's not all extended guitars, it's some of them that kind of are in vogue right now. But then you have to also understand that the audience of these extended range guitars, so people that buy the extended range guitars are a lot more likely to be younger than 50 years of age than older. I'm just using 50 as a random number because it's the music that we listen to. Like more gent, more kind of metal, more modern metal and gent style music. That's when you're more likely to use like these extended ranges as opposed to like thrash metals, 90s stuff, 80s stuff, even early 2000s stuff. You know what I mean? So, younger audience. And so Gibson, the biggest buyers of Gibson are people that are more like a fan of old school stuff, and people with money, which means older people. So the idea that Gibson may enter this market, I highly doubt it. That they would do any serious moves in that market. Similar to Fender too. Like, yeah, I get it. Fender did like the 7-string Strat, fine. But I just doubt that this is where they're gonna go. Between Fender and Gibson, Fender is more likely to go down that road. If you're to bet that one of them is gonna go down that road, it's probably gonna be Fender. But I thought that was interesting to have a look at. Yeah. Zuhair says, time for me to scram. Take care, Sorenzo. Take care, man. Rest well. I'll talk to you later. So I thought that was interesting, too. Okie dokes. Before we talk about the next guitar, let me just take us to my favorite part of the stream. Shall we do that? Shall we do the favorite part of the stream, ladies and gents? Hold on. Let's do this. My. Guys, I just wanted to thank everybody to join me on the stream today. As you guys know, we have a favorite part of the stream. For those who don't know, it's just chill, just for a few seconds. I got my green tea can going on. Let me pop it, guys. Want to drink this to your health. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love electric guitars. I love chatting with you guys about guitars, how we bounce ideas. You guys come in and chat, and it's just fantastic. It's a highlight of the week without exaggeration. And so, what more can I say? I'll drink this to your health. Thanks again for hanging out with me, guys. Cheers to your health. Ah, man, oh man. I love green tea. Can't go wrong with it. Man, can I tell you guys something though? Here's what's happening with the stream. Like, we got more people coming in and viewing and chatting and all that. Kampai. You know, and that's fantastic. It's just it's in moments like this when I realize it's in moments like this when I realize that how much what we do here on the stream, how much of it is you guys coming in and chatting. Like, almost all of it is you guys coming in and chatting. Because the thing is, with these articles, like, everybody can go and read an article. Everybody can go and have a look at specs and whatever. You know what I mean? It's just there. But it's you guys coming in and us chatting with each other, that your presence is the thing on the stream. And it's in moments like this when you guys come in and bounce, and I realize how much I actually love this, with you guys coming in and chatting, and we bounce on ideas. Like, it's in moments like this when I realize that that's what the magic actually is here, not so much the mahogany, the maple, the pickup, the whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thank you. By the way, I'll go back. That, my friends, is the map of Japan. Up there. Yeah. For those of you who are not familiar with it, it just reminds me of where I was born, and I like it. Ay. Okie dokie. You guys, can we jump to the next item on the docket? And I hope you guys are feeling as athletic as I'm feeling right now. I gotta tell you. You better be. Because we wanted to talk about Cort guitars. Really this year starting to compete with everybody. Cort is going on a tear. So earlier in the past 2-3 streams, we talked about Cort coming in with headless guitars, Cort coming in with metal guitars, Cort coming in with acoustic electronics and just really competing with everybody that they produce guitars for in a lot of ways. They also entered the Strat game, like the traditional Strat looking game, which was interesting to see. So that was like a thing that I found a little interesting. However, the disappointing part for me was that they went back to their old, not really good looking logo. Like this whole flowery logo thing is their biggest obstacle. I swear to God, if there was like a big obstacle in Cort marketing, it's not the shape of the body, it's not the shape of the headstock, it's this darn logo. I just can't unsee it. Why can't they do the good looking one? Like what's with this flowery Barbie packaging looking thing? God knows. But with that said, Cort has entered the 3 single coil Strat game, or 3 pickup Strat game rather, with the G290 Modern. So that's a new model that is out. Comes in 3 colors: pale graphite, the dusty rose, which is what we just showed, and the military beige, which are interesting colors. Like I didn't see that coming. Why were these 3 colors selected? Nobody knows. But it's an interesting guitar. The headstock looks a lot like some of the Prestige Ibanez's. That kind of reminded me of that. It's like a mix of that and a Fender headstock with this thing bumping out. So that was interesting. Check out the specs. So, bolt-on neck, poplar body, and it's not a surprise. Poplar is sort of more of an affordable tone wood. 25.5-inch scale length, roasted maple neck, ergo V-neck profile, 21 mil on the first fret, 23 mil is on the 12th fret. So it's kind of a like medium-ish thickness. It's not, it's not 1921, which is like a lot thinner. So, roasted maple fingerboard, 12-inch to 1575 compound radius, which is interesting. 22 frets, tall, medium, jumbo, stainless steel frets, black dot with lumen lays on the side. Those are the inlays. Graphtec nut, 42 mil nut width. Tuning machines are the Cort staggered locking tuners, so it comes with locking tuners, which is nice. Cort's tremolo, floating bridge. It comes with Cort pickups, VTS63, and then the Seymour Duncan TB4 pickup set. So one is Cort, the other 2 are Seymour Duncan. That's interesting. And then 1 volume, 1 tone with push and pull, a 5-way switch. Comes with 942 strings, matte neck finish, but a gloss body finish. And I thought that's kind of interesting. So, if I'm not mistaken here, you can see it. The bridge humbucker is a Seymour Duncan set. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, could be wrong here. You know what? I'm not gonna speculate. Roasted maple ergo V-shape. The fact that more affordable guitars are getting the roasted maple neck is insane good. I love that. Like, roasted maple is fantastic. But yeah, so Seymour Duncan TB4 in the bridge position. Neck and middle pickups offer crisp. The neck and the middle, I was kind of right. Neck and the middle are the Cort pickups, basically. Right. Look at nice heel contour there. It's not as like sharp as the other, I think they've done a phenomenal job with the neck. I really think that. Yeah. Let's check out the guitar. All right, hold on. Let me pause the music. I'll be keen to see what they're talking about here.
Hey folks, my name's Nick Jennison and I'm thinking about guitar. It's now 2026 and we are stood with Steve at the Cort booth. It's the first one of our day, and as we just said off camera, the first one's always a challenge, but it's always nice when it's a guitar that I like.
Let's wake up, let's do it.
We're big fans of Cort here, and you guys have got some very cool and very interesting
No,
instruments.
show me the
Tell
guitar,
us-
you dummy.
just-
Why would you pick
So,
this?
I know.
We talked about this guitar before.
Check prices.
There we go.
90.
You are correct,
Tell us a
sir.
little bit about this, Steve.
So G290, you got hum, single, Seymour Duncan TV4. Again, you've got the truss rod adjustment, the wheel, which makes everything so easy. You have a roasted maple neck. Again, I always like doing this because we've got the lumen lay dot.
Very cool.
Very cool. It's just fantastic locking tuners. And I mean, roasted maple, you've got the stability advantage, and you have almost this aging from like an
Yes.
early 60s. I mean, that's what everyone wants, dried wood.
That's
Poplar
true.
body, so it's really cool.
Yeah,
and
love a bit of this.
weight-wise, super manageable.
Still not too bad.
Yeah.
Still not even the lateral race.
There you go.
So we need more exercises to try this out with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is really cool, man. And the amount of guitar that you're getting here, we're not going to talk prices because
No.
do check prices at your time of viewing, which hopefully will be this weekend.
That's just an interesting thing he's just said, by the way. We're not going to give you the prices now, but you guys check the prices in your local store. So that means the prices are going to be different depending on where you go. Like, there's not going to be a, you know what I mean? There's going to be some fluctuations there. Otherwise, there's no reason why. So, I don't know. I mean, some of these guitar shows, because what this tells me is that Cort also is using a lot of these, like, distributors to distribute their guitars. They don't do it themselves. But I've been to shows where Cort has had a booth and they directly sold some of their models there for a little cheaper. So I don't know whether he said that just for the camera and they're actually doing sales like on the booth. Yeah, I don't know what's the deal there, but that's interesting.
I'm sure it will be, but even still, prices are subject to change. But
Great
this
price
is
point.
super affordable.
Yeah, and you've got, I mean, the
Yeah.
contouring here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's a really well thought out guitar,
Yeah.
man. And like, we love these guitars anyway. We've had a bunch
Yeah.
of them in over the years. We're big fans. But also, as I'm sure you guys know, this is not really a secret, but there is a high likelihood that Cort probably made your favorite guitar anyway. So I know. We shouldn't say that, but that's kind of what's going on here.
Yeah.
So if you know what quality to expect.
Yes,
is basically what I'm
absolutely.
saying.
Yeah.
And this really does feel class. So
Yeah.
roasted maple, locking tuners, Seymour Duncan, a nice 2-point trem at this price point, truss rod wheel.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Pretty
So
cool.
we got some more cool stuff around the
Yes,
way.
sir.
Shall
Yes, we do.
Should we just grab one of those
All right.
rather
Yeah,
than?
Yeah. It's it's in all likelihood that Cort made the guitar that you love. Yeah, I know. You know, the PRSs, the Strandbergs, the Ibanez's, the Squires, Fenders. So many guitars. I get it. I get why you guys would want to use that as a selling point. It's that's like the thing is like, yeah, you can flex that way, I guess, as a salesperson. But yeah, that's an interesting guitar overall. Like, I thought it was interesting. Are they on Sweetwater yet? I wonder. No, they're not. Okay. What do we got here? $700. Yeah. So not bad. You know what I mean? It's not a bad price point for a guitar like that. Roasted maple neck, I like it. Seymour Duncan pickup on the bridge. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like for this price point, I would probably want Seymour Duncans for all three pickups. Produced by Cort. Like, yeah, not just the bridge, but you know, fine, fair enough. Yeah, roasted maple is a big winner. If you guys haven't had a guitar with a roasted maple neck, it's a big winner. Like, generally, like roasted necks with reinforcements are really nice and stable. Really nice and stable. Yeah. I remember we saw like a Schecter guitar together that had a 7-piece roasted maple walnut Paduke neck with graphite reinforcements in there. 7-piece neck with graphite reinforcements, and all woods in the neck were roasted. Like, that's for a 6-string. I'm like, that's That's like a super neck. That's the neck that, like, I don't know what more you can do it with a neck like that to make it more stable. But yeah, no, it's good for a $700 guitar. It's not bad. Roasted maple neck, compound. Yeah, the winner in this guitar is the neck, not the body or the color or the pickups. The winner in this guitar is the neck. Roasted maple neck, ergo V-neck profile. You know, the thickness is good, 21, 23. Compound radius frets, fretboard. So yeah, I think the winner is the neck, not the rest of it. Like I'm not really particularly impressed with the rest of the guitar. So yeah, it would be nice like for that price point if they had like Seymour Duncans on all three. Yeah. So there you have it. What can I say? This is the thing about pricing of the guitars, right? Like, and there was an article I saw the other day about guitar price tags, and how, like, you know, more expensive doesn't necessarily mean better. And these days, a lot of people are talking about how cheaper guitars are becoming better and better. I'm one of those people, 100% that's the case, but it doesn't mean that sometimes also really cheap stuff are actually horrible. You know what I mean? You just got to look at each case on its own. And so I don't know. Like with this one, we've had other scenarios where we talked about Cort guitars, and I said, look, this is great value for money. I don't think this guitar is one. I just don't. I'm not impressed with the pickups or the body of the guitar at all. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, it's like I mean, I could be wrong here, man. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Like when it comes to these guitars or generally any other product, you either want to, why am I so high there? There we go. You either want to, you know, like define what you are. You know what I mean? Either make it really good for a very affordable price and sell it to a lot of people, or just go balls on the walls, make it very, very like the cream of the crop, crazy, and then give it a premium price tag. Like it's in these two extremes that it's interesting to me. You know what I mean? Like, and so this particular Cort, I don't think it's doing any of that. Cort is certainly not going to go for crazy premium. Like they're not going to have Gibson price tags, right? Or PRS price tags and whatever. So their strength lies in the other part of the spectrum. Like really, really so much value for a lower price, and that's not it. This guitar is just not it, I think. Yeah. So there we go. So this was that. Now, like talking about the same thing, right? Like talking about like there are some guitars that have certain unique features though, that even if it's not like crazy high quality or crazy high spec, you can still demand of a more expensive price tag. Like one of those examples is this guitar, like the Bowden Standard N2.6, right? High quality guitar, but I think it's a lot more expensive than what it could have been. Like, it's an expensive guitar. The thing that, for example, Strandbergs have so uniquely like on their guitars that even like Chinese-made copies of Strandbergs don't have it. Like if I, for example, go on and I can show it to you guys. After we check this, we can go out on Alibaba, for example, and check out for like knockoffs of this guitar. But what they haven't figured out to do cheaply yet is the ergo neck of Strandberg. Basically, this ridge that you have on the Strandberg guitar necks that guides your thumb, the thumb rail. I think Zuhair called it in one of the earlier streams. Right? And what it does, it basically reduces the tension in your hand as you go from the lower registers to higher registers through that curved rail, right? It's called the ergo neck, Strandberg ergo neck, and not even like the knockoff builders were able to duplicate it as cheaply. So you can't actually find a duplicate, like a Chinese knockoff of this guitar with the ergo neck right now. I looked as recent as I think a few days ago. And I couldn't find anything like it. So because it's such a unique feature that it's only on these guitars, like Kiesel's don't have it, other companies don't have it, it's a very Strandberg thing. I understand why you would command a high price tag for a guitar like this, like features like that. Another interesting thing about the N.2, so this is the next generation of Bowden Standard. So you have Bowden Standard, the next gen was Bowden Standard NX, and then the next is the N2.6, right? Another thing they have in N2.6 is that these necks are reinforced, not with carbon rods, but with titanium. And so that's like another interesting thing, is there are titanium reinforced roasted maple necks. So because of these, like, kind of, and you can't do, other places can do titanium easily, right? But just it's these unique features that allows them to command such a price tag. So they can sort of like swim in the middle grounds a little bit more somewhere. But yeah. Zuhair says, I'm lying in bed now, ready to sleep on my phone. Sorenzo, how do you find time to play guitar with all the work you do? With difficulty, is the honest answer. I still want to make sure that I train and play and practice at least 2-3 hours a day. Like, but there are days that, like, I can't do 3 hours. Yeah. But it's a difficult thing to do. Like, finding time is really difficult these days for anything. You know? But part of it also is that, like, I don't go out. I don't hang out. I don't do, like, any other thing than what I do right now. You know? Yeah. So Zuhair says at least 1 hour would be enough too. Not for me. You know, like, my warm-up takes about 50 minutes. 45, 50 minutes. Honest truth. So I'll tell you guys what my warm-up routine is right now. So give me a second. Let me grab a guitar. So this is my warm-up routine right now. I haven't practiced today yet. I will, but like just yesterday, for example, right? I start with the chromatics. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back up, and then all the way down to the 15th fret, and then back up again. Then I do the 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up again. Then I do the 7 modes, the 7 diatonic modes. So the minor scale, the Locrian, then the Ionian or the major, then the Dorian, then the Phrygian, then the Lydian and Mixolydian. I do all of these all the way to the 15th fret and back up. And then I do the harmonic minor as well. So I usually do the minor, and then I do the harmonic minor, right? That's my warm-up, and it takes me 45, 50 minutes to do it. And it starts really slow, like really, really slow, just warm up, stretch halfway, shaky, starting it, and then speed up a little as I go. And that's my warm-up. Without it, I don't play a single song. Like, I don't start by playing songs or anything. And so there are days, like very little, like not many days like this, but there are days that I only got like an hour to practice, and I just do my warm-up and I put the guitar away and I rush to whatever the next thing is that I have to do. But ideally, at least I want to do 3-4 hours a day. But sometimes it's just not possible. Yeah. And the thing is, it's not even like, I just love it. I just love doing it. Like when I put this guitar on and I just go, I feel like, this is good. Like it's home. You know what I mean? Yeah. Zuhair says, I start by playing songs, but usually I warm up. Yeah.
Dude, start with warm up first. It makes a big difference. Like that, the reason I'm doing like 1 hour warm ups is by design, because it allows me to take my time and speed up in a controlled way and stretch in between, stretch in the middle, and then shake, let my arm, hand settle down, and then start again. You know what I mean? But that's my warm up routine right now. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 1, the 7 diatonic modes, plus the harmonic minor, all the way from the 1st fret to the 15th and back up. So down and up and down. Okay. That's my warm up. All right, let me put this baby back. Yeah. Zuhair says, sometimes you just want to play songs. Yeah, sometimes you just want to play songs, right? It's just like, you can play songs without warming up that are like simple and easy to play. But if you like start to push yourself too hard to like do crazy bends and then fast work and then crazy bend without warming up, you're guaranteed to injure yourself at some point. Like, it's only like through me going through like serious injuries last year that I realized like I had to sit down and actually think and focus on my hand as I practiced and played. And the reason I do this routine like for 45 minutes to 1 hour is because what I noticed that for my hand, it can't work at its max, at its peak performance if I don't warm up for an hour. I just realized that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like the Master of Puppets needs warm up. Yeah, oh God, yeah. All the downstrokes or Kirk's fast solo. A lot of fast picking in that, a lot of tremolo picking in that. So, and your left hand too, you know. So yeah, you need stuff like that. Zora says, I'm having to slowly fix my posture too, since I have bad posture habits. Yeah, do that. Do that. You guys know, like, there was something I did that I've seen ballerinas do, and I tried it and it didn't work, but I tried when I was working on my posture, like a while ago, a long time ago. I put a book on my head, and I was like, all right, as I'm playing, I have to hold on, like, make sure that the book doesn't fall. And this is a practice that ballerinas actually do. When they're practicing the posture, they put something on top of their heads, and they're supposed to hold it, like, move around without that item, that book or whatever falling off. And that basically what that allows them to do is that it forces them to be really upright. And then as they move, that shouldn't change. As they walk around and move and dance and whatever, that shouldn't change. Like, that shouldn't fall. And I was like, all right, let me try that and see if that works. It doesn't work. And the reason it didn't work, because it took all the focus away from my hand and to my head and my posture. And I'm like, okay, posture is good, but I don't want to completely forget about my left hand there. Or my right hand, you know? Yeah. Zoer says that would force you to play guitar without looking at fret. Okay, if that's what it does, if it forces you to take your eye away from the fretboard, that's good. Can I say something? It's always good to look at your hands, left or right, to see what it is doing. But it's also very good, equally good, for you to stop looking at your hands when you're playing. So include that in your practices too. Don't always keep looking, like practice without looking. Do that as well. Very, very, very important. So important. For so many reasons why. Other than the fact that it allows you to master your fretboard better. You know where things are without having to look. So it makes you faster. It makes you, you know, move around better. But it also, if you stop looking and you're like not worried about how it, you know, the looking part, the visual part, you can now focus on the audio part and the fingertip feeling part. And if you do it enough, even sometimes, even if you don't hear your guitar, you can actually feel if something's not working right a lot of times. So, and many other reasons, man. So it's good that you look just to make sure you fix any issues one way or the other, left or right hand. But please also include practice time where you're absolutely not looking at the guitar whatsoever. You're just looking at somewhere else. Just looking up, left, right, whatever. Yep. So important. So important. Yep. It's a different relationship with your guitar if you do it that way. Yeah. Zuhair says, dude, I'm sleepy. Be safe. We'll message on IG. Stay snappy. You too, man. Sleep well. Have a good rest. All right. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket? This is... Okay, I know for a fact that this guitar is the new model that was released in late 2025, but it's supposedly the 2026 model. We know this for a fact, okay? Because the old model of this guitar was only blue. This is the SE Zack Myers, the PRS SE Zack Myers guitar. And I thought I wanted to talk about this because despite the fact that Zack Myers might not be the biggest name, he's not John Mayer, you know, he's not that crazy big, but this guitar has received so many positive reviews. So many people love it. And I thought it's worth for us to have a chat about it. The thing that is so interesting about it is that it's a semi-hollow single cut, sort of a Les Paul shaped guitar. That I thought it was really interesting about it. You know, so I thought maybe we should have a chat about this guitar. Now, check this out. Let's have a listen to it before we go anywhere on the specs. Here we go. Cool.
What's up, everybody? My name is Zack Myers from Shinedown, and I'm here with PRS showing off my new signature model. This is the new guitar. We wanted to keep the integrity of the first guitar because of what the first guitar meant to me, what it meant to the company, what it meant to fans who played it. And I think my favorite part about the guitar is a lot of non-fans played it. You know, it was a guitar that, you know, whether people liked me or even disliked me or didn't like my band or had never heard of my band, loved the guitar.
That's true.
To me, that's what you want a guitar to be when we're working with another company. You don't want to make a guitar that's just fans buy this guitar. You want to make a guitar that people will enjoy across the board, and I think we did that.
As much as he's trying to sell the guitar, which that's what he has to do, he's right. A lot of people that didn't even know who he was had like really positive reviews about this guitar. Like, this guitar did really well. So good, so good.
With the second signature model and with this one as well, I think it stands out among a lot of guitars, especially in the price range of what this guitar is, and it's affordable and it plays just as good as any other guitar I've played. The new things on this guitar are obviously the color, which is Myers blue, as pretentious as that could possibly be. The pickups, we went from zebra to the black bobbins. No more glow-in-the-dark tuners. Black. We just went black all the way around on this guitar. It's something that we really wanted to change up with the guitar, and the headstock veneer, which is my favorite part of this guitar, which I'm in love with. Something that I've never seen done before on an SE, so I'm very excited for everyone to play it and see it. While the guitar is new, it still has many of the appointments that I guess I have heard made this guitar likable, which apparently a lot of you guys have bought it, which I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. And the things that stay the same, the knobs, my favorite bridge of all time, the PRS adjustable bridge, the wide fat neck, the satin wide fat neck, might I say, so you don't have to wear a fingerless glove to play. You can just play it and your hands won't get sticky on it. Having your own PRS guitar is indescribable completely, because as a kid, I just wanted to own one of these things and didn't have the money to get it. And when my dad bought me my first one when I was 14, almost 15, it was something that I remember till the day I die, and I still have that guitar.
Me too.
So getting this and seeing your name on the headstock is just something that's completely surreal, and getting to work with this team on this guitar means everything to me, just like it was the last two. This is the second one I've seen. When I pulled the first one out, it was the same feeling as when I saw the very first one with the 3 humbuckers. I want people to play this guitar and enjoy this guitar, so hopefully when they pull it out of the case, they get the same feeling I got, even though their name may not be on it. I hope they're in awe of what went into making this guitar and how beautiful it truly is as an instrument.
Hear the muddiness. Hear the muddiness of it. Right? And so this is not just it's the pickup as well, but it's also the fact that this guitar is a semi-hollow guitar. And this is what I said when we were talking about Gretsch. That Gretsch model that we talked about earlier. This is what I was talking about, that your hollow body and semi-hollow body guitars are not as tight, and you could clearly hear the muddiness of the sound there, like very clearly, which inherently muddiness is not a bad thing if that's what you want, if that is what you're going for. It's not inherently a bad thing. It's just that for the genres that I play, it might not be the best, most ideal thing ever, you know what I mean? So I thought that was like an interesting thing to sort of have a listen to. Now, check out the specs. So what he was holding there was the blue one, the Mayer blue. Not the Mayer blue, the Myers blue rather. Sorry, that he was holding. But the new model that came out also came out in this purple pinkish kind of a color, which I thought looked great. So it has a PRS adjustable stop tailpiece. You have the vintage style tuners. This is sort of like a bit of a ripple down from what PRS has done in the core models. So the core models have this sort of plastic made wing-ish kind of a knob, the tuners. And the reason for that is that those plastics are really nice and light. And what PRS believes is that the lightness of those, the light weight of those knobs actually reduces the dampening of the resonance in the neck. It makes the neck sing better. That was the philosophy behind why they went down that road. So one of the things PRS has done with the SEs is that they've brought in similar features to the cores to the SE models. The other one, obviously you have the PRS 245S pickups, but if you guys have a look now, these S pickups have pickup rings that resemble the core models now. See how much bigger the pickup rings are comparing to some of the older SE models that PRS did. So this is another core feature that PRS brought into the SE models from their US made guitars. As far as the specs are concerned, you have a single hollow body with the F-hole, no pun intended. I don't know, every time I hear F-hole it makes me laugh. It is an F-hole, but I don't know, it's just, that's just my mind, my dirty mind. Dirty. Maple wood, flame maple veneer, mahogany body, shallow violin top carve, and cream body binding. That. Okie dokie. What do we have? Scale length is 24.594. Mahogany with satin finishes. The neck wood, multi-ply neck construction, double acting PRS truss rod, wide fat neck. Fine. Now what is this in millimeters? $18 mils. Okay, that is rather thin. So yeah, it is. It says fat and wide, but it's not as fat. The neck depth at the half Frit is not as, yeah. So it says wide fat, but it's not as fat either. Okay, fine. Fine. And then what is this? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Fine. Fretboard wood is rosewood. 10-inch radius. Comes with the PRS inlays, which are one of my favorites. You know, these inlays look super good. I don't understand why would like the David Grissom, the DGT guitar, doesn't have these inlays, and I'm like, why? Like, one of the perks of buying PRS is these inlays, so I don't understand. I always love the inlays. So anyways, set neck, fine. You know, we talked about the pickup, okay. And the strings are coming with PRS Classic Strings 1046s, which is not a surprise to me at all. This is a vintage-ish, very vintage-inspired guitar, so thicker strings on a standard tuning. Fatter neck, I get it. So there you have it, folks. That's your 3 positions. You've got this beautiful elderberry burst, and then you obviously have the Myers blue as well. Myers blue, rather. I just confused John Mayer with Zack Meyer. Like, Mayer and Meyer sound really similar, and I always get it wrong. Yeah, beautiful work. This is so beautiful. You know who I this is fine. Like these like, you know, these are some of the core features or core-ish features that they brought into the SEs. So PRS really upped their game since like the past couple of years. They really brought good features to this to their like lower end guitars. The people I feel really bad for are the people that bought S2 guitars in 2024 and 2025. Because what happened is that with the S2 series, anything that is S2, PRS put in the core pickups. It wasn't the case before 2024. So these S2s also had the S pickups, the lower end of the pickups in them. And then since 2024 and then 2025, PRS started to put all the core US-made pickups into these guitars as well. And so anybody that bought like S2s in 2024, I feel really bad for them. I think they really got the lower end of this. They really got screwed over there. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you buy something and the next day it goes on a really good special and you feel like bamboozled. Yeah. So that, my friends, was the Zack Mayer's new update of the new update of his signature guitar. So yeah. Yeah, they're killing it, man. So how much are they selling it, I wonder? Let's check it out. Zack, hold on. Zack Myers PRS. Ah, okay. So they're selling it for $1,000. That's not bad. A little pricey still, but that's not that bad. Yeah, I don't know, like $50, $100 more than what it was before, I think. So a little bit too expensive, just a tad bit too expensive, but not that bad. Not that bad. Doable for a guitar like this. So yeah, it's a treat for people that like vintage stuff, man. I like the fact that it's so unique because it's a semi-hollow. You don't get that many semi-hollow Les Paul shaped guitars. So in that sense, it's nice and unique, and it has a very unique sound profile. But yeah. So there we go. All right. Ladies and gents, I think we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it here. I think we've been on for about, what is it, about 2 hours, 20 minutes? I think we did really good. I think the stream today was really, really fun. Like, you guys came in, the chats were really fun. We talked about cheap guitars, expensive guitars, Temu business strategies. We really covered a lot today, so thank you guys for joining the ride. Like I said earlier, like when we were talking, you know, in my favorite part of the stream, it's in moments like this when I realize that it's not the guitars we cover. I mean, guitar news is always interesting to me, you know, and I like, even after the stream, when I'm on the way to work and when I'm doing different things, you know, in between things, I bring my phone out and I flick through guitar news and the market and the pricings, and I do it religiously every day, multiple times a day. But the thing that makes it magical is you guys being here and chatting with me and us just having a great time together. So from the bottom of my heart, thanks for hanging out with me today, you guys. And one last thing before I let you guys go. Remember, and we say this in every stream, man, have a look at the date of today. January is over. The month of January, like Christmas and the New Year's, just felt like it was yesterday. Already, the first month of the year is gone, ski man. Gone, gone, gone. We are not getting any younger. We're just not. Right? And I'm like, this is just like, if this is not the sign for you to, you know, do what you love, if you love playing the guitar, prioritize it. If you love somebody, prioritize them. Do what you love. When somebody says do what you love, everybody thinks, okay, so do what you love. I'm like, no, you already know what you love. Most people do. Like, what you generally gravitate to. Do it. It's not do what you love. Sometimes it's do for the love of God. Do it. Do what you love. And that's one of those things. So if you love guitar, man, do it. Pick it up, play, have fun with it. We're not getting any younger. That's what I'd say. Guys, have a great rest of the weekend. Kick ass. Feel athletic. Love you guys. If not in the next video, not in the next long format or short, I'll see you in our next stream. Take a good care of yourself. Mwah! I'll see you in the next. Ciao. Woo! Baby, baby. I'm Sorenzo.
Sorenzo. inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo.